Hey, what's up guys? My name is Alex, and in this video we're going to talk about sportsbook reward programs. We're not going to cover every single sportsbook, but we'll talk about a few of the main ones. So for example, DraftKings has crowns. If you've never redeemed your crowns, you may want to look into that. You can see if I just click on this crowns button, it will say, okay, you can redeem your crowns for site credit, DraftKings dollars, which is essentially site credit. You bet it once, it turns into cash. So my $4,500 in crowns, which I've solely accumulated since I've gotten to Arizona, is worth $810 in DraftKings dollars, right? So I can turn my 4,500 crowns into $8.10 essentially. And on WynnBET, you get these things called chips. So we're going to mess around with it. I won't redeem my crowns right now, but unsurprisingly, if you're wondering how do I get these crowns? Well, the way that you get these crowns is you place bets, right? You place bets, and once these bets settle, then you get reward points, right? So we see that Saints minus 2.5 for football is a profitable betting line. Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, has Saints minus 2.5, minus 186 odds. We can get minus 155 on DraftKings. So what I can do is I can go to home, and I can place a bet on this, and we can see what happens. Well, nothing will happen right now, but once this game is over, what you'll see is that my amount of crowns goes up, right? I get my reward points. It looks like they already moved it to minus 165, so I was a little too late to that one, unfortunately. But when you place bets, you get reward points, right? So with DraftKings, we just showed that you can turn your reward points literally just into money, right? It's pretty straightforward. You have your crowns, you click that button right there, you can turn it into cash in your account. So we'll reload here, we'll see if there's any profitable bets out there. So no, pass. Capitals minus 1, I believe I already bet that earlier today, but what we can do is try to bet it again. And it's like an incentive. If you're a profitable sports bettor and you're already betting on things that are profitable, then, getting an additional little bump with these crowns is worthwhile. So I'm limited on basically every sportsbook in the United States. So we'll see if DraftKings gives me any action whatsoever. They won't even give me $50. Will they give me 20? So they're not giving me any money right now on this specific wager. But what you can see is, the more bets you place, the more crowns you will get, the more money you can redeem, right? So we're at $4,500 or 4,500 crowns. That can be converted into $8.10 in cash. So we can hit refresh, see if there's any other good betting opportunities before we kind of move on and talk about WynnBET, which is going to be the main focus of this video. So not really anything right now. I mean, Blue Jackets plus 1.5 was an ARB. So if we go to Blue Jackets plus 1.5 minus 220, it looks like there's some value at minus 220. I mean, Barstool has Red Wings minus 1.5 plus 230. It's minus 250 on BetMGM, whatever. But I think we'll skip over this one. So let's go to WynnBET. WynnBET's pretty exciting. I get excited about WynnBET just because I think it's a fun sportsbook. They have these things called chips, which I enjoy. I've done out the math. Chips are profitable. It essentially, what chips do is it lets you place a bet. And when you place a bet, you get an added bump. You get essentially like a profit bump. It's called a profit boost on US sportsbooks. You place a parlay, like we can place an example, just a simple $25 bet. And if we hit place bet, so it says we need to confirm you're in Arizona. So I'll hit confirm. And then, okay, so we'll place this bet. And what you can see, it's kind of cool, it's kind of fun, is it brings this up and it says, okay, spin the wheel. So you can spin the wheel and it takes a little bit of your coins away, but you get a boost, right? So we place this bet at plus 456 odds and it boosts it to, we only got 5% this time, but that's what's kind of fun about WynnBET is you never know what you're going to get in terms of your boost. And we can see that my parlay was boosted from, plus 456 odds to plus 479 odds. It gives you a profit boost. So you can redeem your coins that you accumulate through rewards points for these profit, for these chips. So how do you use the chips in an optimal way? On WynnBET, it's a bit different, right? On DraftKings, it's very straightforward. You literally convert your reward points into cash. On MGM, it's kind of similar. You convert it directly into free bets. On BetRivers and Barstool, it's pretty similar as well. So what we can do is we can look for some good lines on WynnBET, and I'll show you an example. So we can see the best odds on the Dodgers tomorrow is minus 169. On WynnBET, the best odds on the Astros are plus 118 on WynnBET as well. So you could parlay these together. You could place a bet. WynnBET will give you a profit boost with your coins. You have to place a parlay, though. To redeem your reward points and get a profit boost, you have to place a parlay. We can also look at NFL and see if there's anything good from WynnBET. So we can see Coastal Carolina's best odds on WynnBET, minus 179. That seems pretty good. So we can go to football, and that's NFL. Where's college football? So we can see Coastal Carolina minus 180, so slightly different vig here. Coastal Carolina, we're getting minus 180. Pinnacle has it minus 183. So we feel pretty good about that. That could be a good leg in our parlay. And then you can keep scrolling and see if there's anything else that is interesting. So minus 149 we can get on Colorado State. Pinnacle has it minus 164, so that actually seems even better. So we can go to Colorado State is minus 150. So we feel pretty good about this. Pinnacle has it minus 164, plus 136. So we can go to the no vig fair odds calculator, minus 164, plus 136. Minus 164, plus 136. So you can see the fair odds on Colorado State is roughly minus 146 if you take Pinnacle's market and remove the juice. And we're getting minus 150, right? So Colorado's win percentage is 59.45%, according to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there, once you remove the vig. So we have our first bet, in our parlay, and we can look for another good one. We can kind of scroll through and see if there's anything that we like. Let's see. What you can also do is you can go to the low holds page, and you can just filter by WynnBET. So you can do filter by Sportsbook. And we can type in WynnBET and see if there's anything good. So we can sort by hold. You can sort by anything, but just kind of looking for good betting opportunities. So we can see, in next Sunday's games, we can get the Colts plus 170. So we can click on this. And that seems pretty good, right? Pinnacle has it plus 164, minus 184. So I actually kind of like that. I'm going to go to football. I'm going to go to the Colts game. And it's plus 170. Okay, cool. And then let's place $1,000 on it. So now we have our parlay. We're going to place this bet. Boom. This bet is placing. This bet is placed. And now it says spin the wheel. I'm going to lose 455 of my tokens, but I'm going to get a profit boost. So kind of fun. I spin the wheel, and let's see what they give me. So spinning. Of course, it gives me 5%. Again, twice in a row during this video. So it gives me 5%, which is pretty annoying. But what we can see is I'm getting plus 350 odds boosted to plus 368. So what we can do is say, okay, we're getting plus 368 on this parlay, but what's the probability we win? So we can see Pinnacle is plus 164, minus 184. So plus 164. And Colorado State was plus 164, minus 184. So according to Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook out there, the Colts are fair odds of plus 171. And we got plus 170 in our parlay, so not too much different. And they're 36.89% to win the game. So we can go to our sheet. 36.89 is the probability the Colts win. So Colts win. And then we can look up our second bet. What was our second bet? I believe it was Colorado State. And we'll go through the math of that again. So Colorado State, we got minus 150 on this. Pinnacle's minus 164, plus 136. So we go to a no vig fair odds calculator, minus 164, plus 136. The fair odds are minus 146. So our win percentage, the fair implied win percentage from Pinnacle is 59.45%. So 0.49 or 59.49, Colorado State wins, right? So these bets are uncorrelated. The Colts winning has no correlation to Colorado State winning. So to figure out the joint win probability, so the probability the Colts win and Colorado State wins, you just multiply these numbers, right? So our win percentage is just going to be, we'll add another row. So Colts win and Colorado State win. That means our parlay wins, right? And we bet $1,000. We got, what odds did we get? We got plus 368 odds, so our profit if we win is 3.68 times this. Our win percentage is the fair win probabilities from Pinnacle multiplied by each other, so 0.3689 times 0.5945. Boom, 21%. Our loss percentage is 1 minus that. So the expected value of this bet is 21.93% of the time we're winning $3,000, $3,680, and the rest of the time we're losing our stake $1,000. Right? So this bet is slightly good. It's barely good. It's barely profitable because we only got 5%. We literally got the worst possible option on the board. For this spin wheel, we only got 5%, but you can see this bet is still profitable. Right? And we could have gotten a 10% profit boost or 20% or even 50%. We just kind of got unlucky with 5%. So that sucks, but we'll skip that. So we have 729 chips left, which is pretty exciting. So we can place another bet. We can see if there's anything good out there. So we tried to place a bet on the Capitals. DraftKings literally won't take my action anymore. So it is what it is. Rams, Lions. This one I like. Oh, this one I really like as well. You can see this is unrelated, but you can get the Canucks minus 132 on TwinSpires. Pinnacle has it minus 146. It's almost an ARB to Pinnacle. It's an ARB to bet online currently. So what we can do is log back in. Let's place a bet on the Canucks. So we're logging into Arizona TwinSpires. You always got to be looking for a good betting opportunity. You never know when they're going to pop up, right? Like this one randomly popped up. This bet I can't even place. This bet I've already placed, I'm pretty sure. And now we have the Vancouver Canucks minus 132 is what we want to bet. So we want to go to NHL. We want to go to Canucks, and they're already down to minus 136. So we missed it. Honestly, minus 136 is still seems pretty good, but we'll skip it. So we'll exit out of that, and now we can see over 49.5 in the Rams-Lions game, minus 110 on WynnBET. So we can click on this specific game, and you can see over 49.5 points. WynnBET is the only sportsbook that still has this at 49.5. Most sportsbooks have the total at 50.5, so we're getting a whole additional point in the spread, or in the total. So we can go to the Rams game, and we can, where is it? So over 49.5 minus 110, we want to get this bet in quick before it moves. And then we can also, let's see if they let me bet Colorado State again. So Colorado State minus 150. And then let's see how much they let me bet. So I'll try betting 1,500. So the maximum stake allowed is $4.99. Okay, sounds good. So I'll place this bet. And then I'll get the spin wheel again. And it will cost me 229 tokens. So we'll place this bet. And ooh, I almost won a trip to the win. That was the win special thing. So 5% again, which sucks. But if you go through the math, again, you'll see this is profitable. I mean, over 49.5 is something you should want to bet regardless. Like DraftKings has it minus 130, Pinnacle minus 126. So it's just a good bet. So what we can do is actually see if we can get more action down on that. I wonder how much they'll give me. So we'll see if they just give me 500 alone on this. And they do. So again, like this bet is profitable. We're getting an additional point in the total. It's an ARB to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, right? Pinnacle has this minus 126 and the under plus 111. We're getting minus 110 on the over. That's pretty damn good. So WynnBET's a very interesting sportsbook. But let's see if we can get it in another parlay boost as well. So we'll take that. We have the Dodgers minus 169. The Astros, I don't want to bet on the Astros. We can go to football, and we can see if there's anything else that's interesting. Right, so Broncos, Browns, not much to do there. Wynn's not giving us the best odds on either one. So we'll go back here. We can see now, scroll. Maryland, Minnesota. Just looking for a good WynnBET line. And you can scroll through. Again, it's patience. It's all about looking for a good line. So we can see Temple versus South Florida. WynnBET's giving us the best line, plus 125. Maybe that's a good bet. Pinnacle's only giving you plus 120. Bet online, plus 115. So you're just kind of looking for a good line, right? We can check out basketball too. The NBA season started. I wouldn't mind having some basketball sweat on, but it doesn't look like WynnBET's giving us particularly great lines. But we can go here anyways. And we can see the Bucks are plus 100. So that's pretty crappy. The Warriors are plus 140 tomorrow. So that's the same odds as Bet Online. So if we click on this, I don't see Pinnacle here, but plus 140 doesn't seem like a terrible price. Plus 140 minus 160. It's better odds than most books, so that's something you could include. But I'm going to skip over it. I'm going to look for something a little better. So we'll scroll. Colorado State, we already bet that. You can see if there's any hockey. Sorry, I know this is very boring, but this is line shopping, right? This is looking for value so we can add it to our WynnBET parlay. And you can scroll. We can see if there's anything good. I don't see anything yet. Well, here's one, right? Colts plus 170. We looked at that earlier. So what we can do is go to Colts, and we can see if they'll still let me bet this. And we can try placing $500 on it. So it's not letting me bet more on this. So I'll skip over that. I'll go back to football. I'll put in NFL. See what lines WynnBET is giving the best odds on. Lions plus 750, no thanks. Colts plus 170. Saints minus 222. Saints minus 222 isn't terrible. I wouldn't mind dabbling with some Saints. Minus 220 actually. So this, let's see if they give me some money on it. So my maximum stake is now $101. Okay. So I'll place this bet. And again, you can go through the math. You can go through the EV. But this bet should be profitable. I mean, Pinnacle has this minus 231. And the other line was literally plus EV to Pinnacle. And it gives me 5% again. So I got 3 5%, parlay boosts in a row. I don't know what the probability of that is, but it should be pretty low if this is a fair wheel that's giving you each outcome the same percentage of the time. But it kind of is what it is. Can't expect too much. So we can go through. We can see if there's anything else we like. I still like this minus 110, so I wouldn't mind betting it outright a little more, but it's not going to let me bet more on it, of course. So let's place one last bet just so I can get rid of the rest of my tokens. Again, you want to put these things to work. When you bet money, even if you're using your chips, you get more chips. You get more tokens, so you get more expected value. So the more bets you place on WynnBET, the more tokens you get, the more money you can make. So ideally, you want to place them as quickly as possible. So what we can do is we can go to football. We can go to NCAA and see if there's anything good there. I wouldn't mind keeping that Saints bet I had, but let's see if there's anything else that's good. So UNLV plus 180 seems okay. Pinnacle only has plus 175. Go back to NCAA. Scroll through. And just looking for a good line. So Central Michigan minus 185. This seems pretty good, right? Pinnacle has it minus 210. So we can go to football. Scroll down. Central Michigan minus 185. That's the that's the first leg we'll use. Go to NCAA football. Let's see if we can find something else pretty quickly before that line moves that we like. Virginia Tech, Syracuse, maybe. Eastern Michigan. Did we already bet on that? I don't remember, but I wouldn't mind some Eastern Michigan. We got Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan. So, sure. Let's try it out. So we have Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan, and we'll place this bet, and then we'll go through the math. We'll see if this is something we like. So we're going to place our little spin wheel, and I now have 40 coins left. Are you kidding me? It gives me 5% again. So I've now gotten 5% 4 times in a row, and I'm still pretty sure this bet I'll like, but it's a little frustrating. So we're plus 157 to plus 165. So anyways, this video is getting long. You can go through the math. You can figure out the fair win probability, removing the vig from Pinnacle, but that is definitely a little frustrating. So I'll get rid of these last kind of 40 coins. I'm not sure how much money I can bet with, well, to get rid of these coins, but we can see. And we can place a bet, and we can see if we get anything else aside from 5%. And we'll place this bet. And there, we get 15%. Of course, we get 15% with our $70 bet. And that makes this bet, very good. Because both of these wagers were roughly fair. But that's kind of how you use WynnBET. That's how you use their reward points. It can be a little frustrating, to say the least, with the way their reward system works. But, it's profitable. Given all the outcomes on the wheel, like I've gotten the 50% boost, I've gotten the full insurance, and you get 5% most of the time. It definitely seems like they give you 5% over 50% of the time. But even your 5% ones, as we kind of showed in this example, if you're line shopping and you're picking good lines, they still should be plus EV, and they still should be profitable. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, redeem your coins on DraftKings. Use your chips on WynnBET. It just pays dividends. Like we see, once all these bets are over, I'll have more chips. I can place more plus EV bets, And so I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about what sportsbooks to get, anything else at all, you can reach out to us at OddsJam with any questions. And